Okay. I've heard of people who get headaches when the barometric pressure changes.
Yeah.
But you're here to talk about something called thunderstorm asthma?
I hadn't really heard about it myself, Russell, but this is a fascinating article, and it comes to us from Australia, where after a huge thunderstorm near Sydney, Australia, thousands of folks ended up in the ER with asthma and thunderstorm-induced asthma, and unfortunately 10 of them died. Now, this actually happened a few years ago, but now they're getting around to trying to and finally figuring out what happened. So what happens in this particular instance is, as this thunderstorm was moving in, it happened right in the middle of hay fever season, and it picked up all these grains and it brought them into the upper atmosphere. Now, once they got saturated, it popped them open and allowed those grains to freely come back down between wind and rain down to the ground. Typically, these grains don't get popped open like that. They stay larger, so when they get into people's noses and they get into their throats, they stay there. But with the grains opened up as a result of the winds from the thunderstorm and the rain from the thunderstorm, it was able to get into their lungs. And Russell, it cost thousands of people to end up in the ER. It was like a 673% increase from asthma attacks and just asthma symptoms and allergy symptoms in general. Since 1983, there have been 22 accounts of this happening, and 10 of those have actually been in Australia. So it's just kind of a strange setup, but if you think about it, it makes sense. Go ahead.
No, what I was about to say is no, it doesn't make sense, because we always talk about we need a good rain to wash the pollen away. But it's sounding like in this case that's not what happened.
No, because in our case, the pollen is different than their grains, what they deal with the hay fever. Apparently, they're big and solid. And while they do cause allergy symptoms, if they get cracked open, that's when they cause a much larger issue. Okay. So now they're trying to forecast asthma-type thunderstorms out in Australia, and they're having a hard time. They're saying, well, we can't just use the humidity, we can't use the heat, so it's been very difficult for them to try to forecast this. But these grains, when they get popped open, apparently just cause so much havoc that, again, thousands and thousands of people ended up in the ER in the next week or two after the thunderstorm as a result of that. So plus, it didn't rain a lot. Okay. So when we talk about a big, heavy, gully-washing thunderstorm washes the pollen out.
Right.
That didn't happen for them. So you had all these grains in the atmosphere being popped open by wind and just being sprawled everywhere, and no real heavy rain to wash it out.
I see.
So this is a real thing, and scientists are still studying this to find out if we can get alerts, allergy-type alerts for certain types of thunderstorms. They're not there yet. But just a very strange case, but it's happened 10 times.
Okay. All right. That's fascinating, though. Thank you.